Okay, here we go again. We're back on the 2003 Skidoo Rev 600HO. Went and started figuring out what we need for the blown engine repair. So we know the crank is done. So I got to get a crank. That cylinder is pooched, and because this is that Nicocel, whatever, I guess you can't bore them out. I don't know whether you got to replace them or whatever. I don't know. Got to find out. Piston. That thing is toast, and it's only got a single ring on it. I don't know. I've never seen that before. And then I was washing the cases, which is the advantage of really going through and degreasing and cleaning everything up. Check that out. That is a crack and goes from one side of the case to the other. So we're pooched. What have we got good? I got one good cylinder and the head is good. Everything else is junk. So I did do a little bit of shopping. Got us another case, another crank. Got us some pistons and rings, wrist pin and bearings and circlips. 2 new cylinders, 2 new used cylinders. So I think that we're ready to put this mess, take everything there, put it on there, put it in there, and go for a ride. So let's get after it. Let's put this thing together. Got the Isoflex grease. I greased this bearing up front here. Then we got to shoot some in between. I'm just going to lift the crank up, put the 2 outer seals on, and then we will put this crank in for the last time. All my pins are up so I can rotate them. That's a good fit. Wow, you really need like 12 hands for this one. Seal. I think we're good. Roll them over. The bearings. That all looks good. That's good. Bearings here. Seal is good. Bearings here. Where's this bearing? There, seal. Okay, they're talking about squirting 10 mil in here. Squirter in there. A lot of grease. Uh, 12. 1, 2. Yeah, that's not very much. 10 mil. Oh, that outer seal is supposed to be filled with grease too. Lots of grease. That's it. That's all I got. And we're going to throw 50 mil of 2-stroke oil down here in the well. I capped this off or else it would all run out. That'll do her. I think we're ready to join the cases together. I'm just going to put some ultra gray on the cases, and then I'll bring you back when we're going to join them all up. So I want to make sure we get the stator through the case and set up properly, because you can't get this in after, I don't think. White goes to the bottom. Just set it in there like that. All gooped up. Yeah, that is tight. Don't want to force it, just want it to go together nice. Okay, let's get some screws. Did I say screws? I meant bolts. All cleaned up, Loctite ready. Sequence, and 1 through 16 gets 29 Nm. Let's just run them all in for now. Kind of got the screws, bolts mixed up. There's different sizes. Or are these all the same? No, see, there's some big ones in there. They'd probably go at the, no. Aha! Let me have a quick peek. So we'll run these 11 mil socket bolts in first. Now we got to find the shorter bolts, and I have these. What did I do? Found 6 more of these little guys. Didn't expect all this, meaning different sizes everywhere. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's a little guy. Bet you they go up there. And that little guy goes there. Now we got these two. And another shorty there, but I'm pretty sure these guys go here. And they are 10 mil versus the 11. Looking good so far, so I think I'll torque those down and then we'll move on to the next. What's that? Got to find a bolt for there. Torquing this sequence to 29 Nm. I'm going to rotate the block so it's facing the same way so we're not getting all mixed up. 1, it's a typical crisscross pattern. 17 gets into the smaller ones, and they go to 9. Is whatever this is. So I got to find a small bolt for there. Allen key it is. And that gets 9. Don't need the Skidoo bolt. And then I got to flip this over because there's 2 on the bottom. These guys. I had 3 of those. Think we're golden. I'm going to flip that over and we'll start working on the other side. The Skidoos, I know where every nut and bolt goes pretty much, you know, but not here. Torque those down to 9. Now we got all those bolts in. And squirt a little bit of oil down inside here. For initial startup. She'll be smoky for a bit. Make sure everything, oh yeah, that's smooth. Nice. Now I want to lock in the stator, so let's dive into that. And here we are. To pick up green to the top, blue on the bottom. Mix it up and you're going to have a timing problem. They had a little bit of ultra black in behind them too, so I'm just putting it back on just in case. Right there. Don't know what it does. Maybe limits vibration, maybe? I don't know. Two more screws. And the goop is back in there. Now the stator. Three bolts. Nice. I'll torque them down and moving on. Sweet. Okay, flywheel. Apply Loctite on the taper, position the Woodruff key, flywheel, and lock washer on crank. And 243 on the threads, and rattle the crap out of it till it's locked down. Perfect! Put a little 243 on the taper. That'll make it extra easy to remove for the next guy, right? Could be me. It's stuck like crazy. And that's tight and lots of magnet force. Where's the key? Just gonna roll it in, then take the nut back off, and then Loctite it. Noisy. Loctite is on. That ought to hold her. They're talking about, what the, oh, that's the nut. I was going 125 Nm on these little bolts. It's gonna snap them. It's this bolt here. These are the ones that are 22. Yes, just about messed up. So these are 13 mil. This goes there. Ooh, fits right in there nicely. That goes like that. This is for the starter recoil, ripcord, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't seem like much torque, but I guess you don't need much for that. Wonderful. Nice and smooth. Put the ripper on there. Okay, we gotta put this plate on here. I gotta find some more bolts. Let me find some more because they snapped off. This thing can only go on one way or you don't get all the bolt holes to line up. Nine Nm. And now the recoil. Just using the witness marks where this went before to align the angle of the rope. Probably should have marked it. And I need some torque spits. There's one there. Perfect. And piston time. I wonder if I should use the assembly lube for this. I guess it doesn't matter. I like it, it's thicker, goopier. And actually, I guess I should put one circlip in. Let's do that. New system is use a glove. That was tight. It's going to be hard getting these on. arrow towards the exhaust. Put an arrow there too, just to help indicate. Am I trying to put that in the wrong side? Yeah, because I got a wrist or a circlip in the other side. Still tight. Sheesh. Getting there. Now we got to get the circlip on this side. That's going to suck. Now we're just going to do that again, and then we put the cylinders on. Second one, pin fits way better. I think I used assembly lube on the first one, and I just tried 2-stroke on this one. Much better. And now we'll put the clip on the far side. Gotta put the rings on that. That wouldn't give me very good compression without that. Here we go. I like that little hook, that helps. Like nothing. So once you get it figured out, you get a routine, you're good. I checked the gap on the ring gap in the cylinders, and they look good. Of course, these ones are still in the package, so I didn't check these ones, but braiding up, standard bore. Just checking to be sure, yeah. Okay, we're gonna put ultra gray on the top of the case. Oil up the pistons, oil up the cylinders, drop the gasket on, and then we have to bolt the manifold on to align the jugs before we bolt it down tight. Let me get all that organized. Gaskets on, a little bit of Permatex on there. Just gonna put a little grease in the cylinders. Meaning oil, not really grease. Little juice on the piston. And locators. Where are they? Bottom one is there. Top one is on the other side. Yeah. I'm gonna rotate the engine so I can see. So you got the little locator pins. there, and there. So we got to squeeze the ring, drop the jug on. Same with the bottom. This goes this way. A little bit of a something something. That can't be the right way around, because now I turned it and that's the exhaust. Gotta watch when you're turning this thing around, you get all messed up. We'll chuck a couple of bolts in the top loose, too long, too short. So we got to bolt the exhaust on. I wonder if they're supposed to get moly coat on the top. Just going to have a little check before I crank those down. 29 Nm, no moly. Now we got to put the other one on. Same deal. So we have movement. That's good. Those are 29 Nm. Gasket looks good all around. Yeah, let's bolt on the exhaust manifold. Some screws. A little twisting and tweaking. Sweet. Now we can run the top down. So you don't do that, you'll never get the exhaust to line up. $29. Wait for the torque wrench to warm up. I need an extension. One that I don't bash. Next job. Now it's time to gasketify this thing. Old. New. Are they packed in a way that they'll fit in nice? Yes. Usually I put a little grease on those. They'll expand a bit, but these fit good. And then there should be some smaller ones. Last look. That rolls super smooth. Hopefully we got some compression. Let's put the top on. Where does this go? This way? Yeah. And then, got to put a new gasket on here. And we got 29 NM. And they are 11s, not 10. Uh-oh. 11s. Something up with that one. What's going on? Little bit of crud in there, I guess. 29, every one of them. Now I got to put this on. This points to the back. I need a gasket, which I have in my pile of gaskets here. Long bolt and a short bolt. I'm going to clean those. Shorty going in. 8 mil? Probably. Nope. 10? Yep. That'll be 9 NM. Okay. Raves. Gasket. No. That's got to go in there first. They're offset, so you know, if you're not sure blade up or blade down, it'll only go in one way. See how it stops? And that one goes in. Couple of bolts. Spring, cap, a little more Loctite juice, there's already juice on it. Same cap like the Skidoo, it's got the place for the clip, but this one screws on. Click, click, click. Now I'll do the other one. Well, there she is. Pop the starter on. That wasn't on this thing originally, so I'm adding this. I guess the machine is set up so you can actually add a starter if you want, but it didn't come with it, and it actually has a start button here. So so I'm doing a little rig to get this going, but not sure if it's going to fit in there, so we're going to try and see if I can fit it in with the starter on. If not, I got to take it off and bolt it on inside the machine, but I'm hoping I can wiggle it around. I'll leave the exhaust off, we'll put it in, and we got to hook everything back up again in reverse order to what it was when we took it out. Can't use the winch or anything without ripping the whole top off, so okay. Stick that in there. She's tight. I don't know. It's like a bracket here that hits that starter. Right down in there. I'll fiddle with it for a minute. do you get in there? Ah! Handlebars hit you in the face. Nope. I can't get it over the other side. Let's try and reevaluate. Took the starter off. No way I can get that in there. Was hoping. We're right up against it now. Okay. Oh my gosh. Where do you put the handlebars? Look at how snug it is in here. Oil lines, everything. Clamps. All right, I think I'll hook up a bunch of stuff, then we'll come back to the starter because I don't think I have enough room to bolt it on. So then I'll have to lift the motor up a bit. I gotta hook up the oil. Can't really film it, I don't think, because I gotta get down there. Maybe. Oil line, that's on. You see the throttle, or the I think I should put that clamp on before I go on to something else. Or I'll forget it. Gonna try getting the starter back on. It's going to be just a matter of figuring out how to tighten the bolt. Ah, boy. Holy cow. That is close. Maybe. Yes. Get on that one. Now we got the starter in. I'm going to hook up the oil cable while it's up in the air. All right, now I got to get onto the, I got the cable hooked up, got to get on the oil bleed screw. Can't get on it at all. But I got to bleed that oil down. Oh, she's coming now. Yep. And that's on. Now, this goes up. I need a clamp. This has got to go between the carburetor. You get the idea. Okay, bolted the engine in. Now we're ready to mount the exhaust manifold, I guess, but I need to find the gaskets. And I found the gaskets. And I need some Loctite. And I got some Loctite. So let's get this knocked out. It's been a little bit of a fight. I did a couple of things off camera. Hooked the power up. Had a broken engine mount, so I had to make something. And I really wasn't sure what I was doing, so I didn't really film it. It definitely comes down to a really tight fit for everything when we get down to the end here. So it's time to put the coolant bottle in. Got the manifold all bolted up. That was no fun. This thing has to go down, clip on this, then go up. I don't know. And there's another tube there. I don't remember where that went. So we'll see if we can actually get this to go back in. Oh, we did. That's good. I don't remember where that little line goes to. And what's that going to be like to fill the coolant? Fun. That's on, that's on. There's one on over here on the other side. I'll get that one on. And got the pipe on this side. That water line at the bottom is for the carburetor return. So this comes out of here, goes around and back into that coolant tank, and that warms the carburetors. I don't know exactly when you're supposed to use that, whether it's all the time. It's got an on-off control here, so seems to me like, I guess when it's really cold, you heat it up. Anyway, I gotta install this shield. I can't film that. I'm gonna install that, and then I guess I wanna check compression, and I wanna check for spark before we close everything up. So we'll do that next. All right, due to my electric start thing that I'm trying to rig up, a little change of plan. I think we're gonna go ahead with putting the exhaust on first, muffler. And then we'll come back to that because I want to at least test this all out. That drops in there nice. A couple of springs. See if we can get this in here without wrecking ourselves. That's the tool. I just ordered this yesterday to give it a try. And it works awesome. All right, now the muffler. Muffler coming in. I don't know if there's supposed to be a seal. And 2 more springs. Now, where do you get your hands? On. They did not have any extra room. Kind of wonder if they design it and then they keep adding until nothing fits anymore. I don't know. And I think there's another one here. This is my ground for the starter. Haven't figured that out yet. I have one more spring left. I have a loop over here, right there. So I got to figure out where that goes. I mounted the ring gear on here. So I'll put that back on, if I can find the bolt. Man. Running through the first set of threads. That's for the puller. That's her. Now, I think I'm going to have to hook up the Skidoo Pro. I'm not sure if I'm getting spark or not. Can't see. The sunlight's shining through here. And I got to stand on the far side of the machine and it totally blocks the plugs. So I think that'll be the next thing, is to hook up the Skidoo Pro and see if we got any codes or any issues. So here's the setup. Diagnostic port is right there. I got this harness from Skidoo Pro. Gives you a connector to go on the battery. Maybe I showed this earlier in the video. That illuminates everything on the screen. Skidoo. See if we get anything. I had disconnected the 2 wires for the starter, so I reconnected them because I'm not going to use that right now anyway. I got to do some other mods. And so now when I apply power, I'm getting beeps and stuff, but still saying looking for vehicle. So I have more research to do on the Skidoo Pro, but at least, you know, now I can light everything up and make sure everything works good. So guess we're moving forward. All right, let's put a little bit of coolant in it. I did pop the carburetor on, or else the coolant will run out onto the ground. Oh, splashing all over. That made a bit of a mess. We got some in there. I can't tell. Are we up? I don't know if we're up at the top or... No. Right on the line there. So we want to have quite a bit more. Crazy. How the heck you're supposed to top this up. Anyway, that's a start. I'm just going to put that on one turn. So you think. All right, I'm going to fire the plugs in. We have another issue, and I'll let you hear it. It's this beeping. There's some sort of code, and it's killing spark. So that's the next thing I'm going to have to chase out, but I'm just going to throw the plugs in it for now, and then keep on diagnosing. Got to let you see some stuff. Just going to bolt this hood on. Got to be rotated back. I don't know. And that should push in there. And this one should push in here. Okay. Now, I want to test this thing. I put the spark plugs in. I think we're going to shoot some carb cleaner in the carbs, give her a rip, see what happens before I get right deep into electrical. All right, before I start chasing spark problems, I can't seem to get a spark when I'm holding it down there, but I don't know. Trying to pull it and see, and you can't. You got to pull from that side and try and see over here. So I think we're just going to put the plugs in. Going to give it a little shot of carb cleaner. Give her a rip, see if we get anything. Not ready to panic yet. Carb cleaner. A little shot of the good juice. If she works, yeehaw. Choke, tether, kill switch. What? See if she starts sucking gas. Didn't expect that. I did not expect that at all. That's freaking good news. We got smoke. Friggin' thing. Guess I went a little heavy on the oil. kill switch doesn't work, so we got to check that out. Well, that was unexpected, but greatly appreciated. So I think now that that does run, which still shocks me because it had that weird beeping sound, but I don't know what in the heck that was. I looked up beep codes, couldn't find anything anywhere. Thought for sure I had a problem. Guess I don't. Airbox. Everything is so tight in this thing, it's just unreal. Don't even know how to get that on there. Guess I can put some in here too. That is tight. Oh yeah. I think that did it. She's on there. And we're going to throw on the secondary, but I got to grab a belt first. This was the belt we found clamped up front, so I don't even know if it's a good belt or not. Or even if it's the right belt. That's the next question too, right? And I think I'm going to have to open this up. Yeah, there's no cheating this one. Loctite. Guessing no. Goes on clockwise. Surprising. Why does that seem backwards? Because it is. Better. All right. Now I got to tighten that down. The tool kit that came with the machine does not have the tool in it to open up this secondary. So I'm hoping that that's going to be enough. Huh. Ooh, I got grease on the belt. That's not good. All right, that is on. Side cover. Oh, belt cover. Yes, that hooks in there like that. just clips on there like so. Yeah, just a little clip bracket up here at the front. Pretty cheesy. And the side cover. This is supposed to be the big air intake. Got some old plugs. Probably got to get back in here. Order of operations. First that, then this. Give that a shot of WD as well. I kind of like that. Once I do the test, then we'll get the electric start all figured out. But I want to take it for a little ride, see how it runs, if it does even move. All right, let's see if it starts now that I dragged it outside. back in the garage. Ooh, I only got 6% battery left. I'd say that was a success. Got her all broken in nice. I don't know. I wasn't about to take her easy. I wanted to check it out. It's all new used. I guess brand new pistons, brand new rings, but man, that thing just screams. For 600, I thought it would be slow, but it just screams. So anyway, I think that'll be it for this video. Next one, I'm gonna get the electric start sorted out. Got to figure out how to brace that one pin on the starter. This wasn't meant to have a starter on it, although it does have a start button there. So we're gonna see what we can come up with. Also missing a strap there. So gonna do a little bit of electrical, and the kill switch doesn't work, so I want to diagnose that. And I broke the brake light switch, so we're gonna put a new brake light switch on, which I have that too. So anyway, something a little different. She rips, not much different from the Skidoos, same kind of thing. It's just something to do in the winter so we don't get bored. Don't have many parts left. That's the thing to wrap the rope around the primary if you break the rip cord. That was an extra stud because I bought a new case. That was in the engine. That was somebody jimmy rigged that on, so we didn't need that. And that was the bolt for the hood that I couldn't find, so I put a brand new one on. Nothing left. Anyway, I guess until the next one, thanks for watching.